Welcome back to another episode of Marvel's Pack Fresh podcast with me, Gingerman Cards, Elusive Collectibles, Sketch Card Hive, and Spidey Zoo 09, baby. And we are doing a special Sunday live chit chat. And let's go. What's on top of your heads? What's on top of your minds? What's top of mind, even?
I definitely don't need coffee after that intro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour mine out real quick.
Okay, so wait, I have to know, how many mugs do you have, Spidey? Because I keep seeing new ones, and it's impressive.
I don't know, somewhere around 30, probably.
That's a low-key flex, by the way.
That's a good one, yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
I got a Silver Surfer mug. I think I'm gonna do. I don't drink coffee, so I'm gonna have to do it like tea tomorrow.
Gosh, I have low trust with you now.
Everyone says that. No shit. I don't drink coffee and I don't like cheese on my burgers or macaroni and cheese. I'm like minimal cheese guy.
Are you even American?
I know. See, I get all this. No cheese on my burger.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Justin will have coffee, and you and Ginger could drink tea.
Yeah.
See? Perfect.
I think we just lost some subscribers. Goodness.
I think people did leave. Hey, Mr. Jayhawk.
There was 4 people. Now there's no one. Great.
There was no one. Yeah.
That's what happened. I told my wife, I'll never take her cheese. And she said, fine, I'll marry you then, freak. And I was like, done. Cool.
Fish patch.
Touche. Put you over the top.
What's up, Mr. Jayhawk fan? He is a fan as well. He is like everything. Pow. He likes it.
Yeah, dude, he does. It shows a lot of love. He definitely does.
Committed fan to everyone here.
We appreciate it, buddy.
But we're talking about like Kansas City Jayhawks, right? Like the university. Is that what we're doing?
Who knows?
Yeah, he's not human for not liking cheese on a burger. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Well, you know, Silver Surfer actually has no feelings.
True, he's heartless. Just
Unemotional.
completely John Cena, nothing. That's it. I'm leaving. Marvelous left. He's over it. He's done. Hey, Doom card.
Yeah, Doom card.
So poor Doom. Doom and I have been talking. By the way, Doom made that logo all on his own, by the way. That's him who made that.
Nice.
Is that not dope or what?
Super.
Yeah.
But he's a Doom collector, and he's going hard on Doom. He actually just made a huge purchase, which I won't bring to light to mess him up, but it's a huge sketch card purchase. Big deal. Next level shit. So
Doom's
Doom card. I still need to open my PO box. I'm in the middle of trying to trade him. He wants the Marvel Legends foil Doom card.
Ooh,
yeah, it's a nice card.
I still got it, by the way, just so you know. It's still yours. I just haven't, I've just been lagging it. So apologize.
Thanks, Jayhawk. Yeah, awesome. Those foil cards from Legends, man, they're no joke. They are hard to get. I actually just helped out a friend who was buying a collection from someone, and he was thinking of not buying the foils. Like, he came to me and goes, hey, do you think I should get all this? And he was looking at, he was like, kind of like not entirely sure. And we talked about it a little bit. And I was like, I don't think you can find these foils anymore. And they do stick. So you have to make sure that you kind of like, some stick, some don't, obviously, but it's too risky. So you end up going with the deal. They're great pieces.
Yeah. No, you have to, because I've had one bad pack. I bought a lot, probably like 6 or 7 packs, and last time I opened 3, 2 were good, and 1 was brutal. It was like a Thor foil, and it was just, you could hear it just hurts your soul.
That noise.
Yeah, I witnessed the massacre. It was terrible.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Awful.
You can't replicate that noise. Ugh.
Terrible sound.
Right? Yeah.
Rough. Poor Doom card. All of our character collectors are going to have a hard life.
Yeah.
Hey, Madness is on here.
Sup, Marvel Madness.
Hey, bud. Okay, pal.
Fun.
Do your thing, man. That's right. It is Sunday. Jeez, I almost messed that up.
You'll catch it on the replay.
You catch it on the replay.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
What do they say? Reverse.
Reverse.
Hey, guys, how about we share this? Any recent pickups for any of us?
Ooh.
We'll start with Sketch.
Wow.
Then we'll go to Spidey, and then we'll go to Tingy.
All right, you guys want to start with me? We'll start with me. And you know what? I'm going to be super brave. I'm going to show you my eBay. Show you exactly what I paid for it. because
Right.
that's the kind of guy I am. Well, let me log in first. That I can't show you because you can't see our language. That should be a drinking game. That should be some kind of game where every time you lose, you have to show one of the things you're searching for on eBay.
Oh,
That sounds like fun.
That does sound like fun. I think that's a good one.
Blue
I think
dots.
that'd be a good game. That'd be messed up, but it'd be good. Dark.
Yeah, especially if you see a lot of My Little Pony or Beanie Babies.
I like My Little Pony. I like the original My Little Ponies. How dare you, sir?
No
All right.
judgment here.
No judgment here. I actually have a sketch card of My Little Pony, funny enough.
look,
So this
I
is
have-
what I got recently.
Ooh,
Mm.
ooh.
Damn.
Just a little light 10. Okay.
A little like 10.
Yeah.
I got it. I think I overpaid. I paid $200 for it.
Hey,
You got-
I tried to
hey,
get it
what you gotta
for.
let me let everybody know. Norrin always thinks he overpays.
That is
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah, that is true. That
He
is true.
did.
I always say I overpaid on everything.
If I had a PMG for every time he said that.
That's true. You'd be stacking gems.
Exactly.
Ah.
Back in gym.
Sorry,
Nah, your rainbow would be complete.
Your rainbow would be complete. I love it. Replay is just not the same. Oh, thank you, Marvelous. Marvelous.
There's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
board in that card. I like how much board it's showing.
It's Ron Lim, by the way.
And how
Also.
often do you get the
Yeah.
fin on
On
the
the
surfer
surfer.
board?
Yeah.
Rarely,
Yeah, it's like
rarely. And I
Beach-
love
Beach
lines.
Boy surfer.
Beach
Right.
Boy Surfer. And he did 2 lines here, which he normally does 3. 1 dead center and 2 on the side. And it's like 5 or 3, or sometimes it's 9. No, maybe that's too large. Something going on there. But actually, this card, funny enough, was in the promotional material for 1994 Marvel Universe. And in Marvel Universe, the way they promoted the cards is they actually showed all 3 stages. So you see the pencils, the inks, and then the final card. And that's kind of how they promoted the Marvel Universe cards. And in Surfer, that's how they showed Surfer off. So I wanted to get this. The holograms in here, the stickers in here. 94 Marvel Universe is like the pre-retro 2013 because of all the variety of insert sets. So I just thought it was really cool. And what does it cost? It costs what, $150 now for an express to grade something?
Yeah, that,
What am I gonna-
right?
Exactly. So what am I going to do? Argue with $50 right now to get the Surfer?
Yeah, and you're not guaranteed a 10 because you send it in for
Exactly.
150.
Where am I going to find that? And probably these stick. You have that gold foiling. They're a little glossy. How am I going to find that at that point?
Yeah,
So-
I could see the little bottom left logo getting scratched up easily or scuffed.
Oh, hell yeah. And this looked pretty good to me. And this was newly graded. And with all the by the way, if everybody doesn't know, there's been a lot of craziness at PSA currently because they're saying that grades are even harder now to get
Yeah, I was
10s.
going to say you overpaid for SGC 8.5 right there.
That's right. See, there you go. That makes sense.
Just
It's
kidding, just kidding.
Retroverse said he was going to ask you to buy that for him for 170. He wanted to pay.
Did he? Did he? I definitely show what I just bought you when I got it in hand. Yeah, Doom Card's going to show off some good stuff. He'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
can't wait.
Sweet.
I was going to ask if you could get that for me sketch. I knew Retro was thinking about it too when I saw it pop up. Was going to pay 170.
Retro's
Wow,
in
so
deep. I was literally just talking to him. He is in deep for now. I'm loving it.
Retro is
Very
sick. So if you guys don't know Retro, he is and was a huge Pokemon collector and just started going heavy into Marvel. I mean, he's been into Marvel for a long time, but I think he's now like the roots are like ingrained in his
Cemented.
brain. Yeah, cemented. Love that. So it's there for him. So I actually offered 132. The guy turned it down on an auto decline, offered 155 auto decline. And then I was like, F it. I'll just get it for the 2.
Yeah, at that point, right? I feel the same way about that sometimes on the third offer. Even though it's an offer, when you got 2 decline, it's like, am I really going to complain about $10 or $15? You know?
At that point, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're basically wasting time until someone else jumps in and says, I'm just going to get it. Because that's happened to me in the past.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I had. So there's my share thing that I ate up 10 minutes for. I am so sorry. Your
No,
turn,
you're
guys.
good. Yeah, your turn, Spidey. What'd you pick up?
I've got one queued up. Let me pull it up here. Give me a second.
Sure.
Oh, is this what we're doing? We're actually showing it.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is a sketch card that is an AP commission from Andre, known as Dre, and I can't pronounce his last name. Somebody have to do it for
I
me.
think it's
Osh.
Andre Osh. Yeah.
Andre Osh. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. I won. He gave away a sketch. I won it, and he said I could pick any character I wanted. I picked Blue Marvel, and he was like, "Who the heck is that?" And anyways, an incredible character. Someone that I think if you've watched my videos, if you've heard me even on this channel, on this podcast, you've heard me talk about Blue Marvel. Big fan. But anyways, this was the sketch. I got it in on my birthday, so that was extra sweet. And yeah, that's probably my biggest pickup this week.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Man, that came out so good too,
Oh,
by the way.
He did a great job.
He's great. He's like one of the biggest sketch card artists out there right now. And I got a little bit of a teaser of what he's doing for a set that should be coming out.
Oh,
So I think people are going to be really happy with owning him as an artist on sketch cards because he's got something that's everyone's going to flip out when they see it. I'm very excited for people. He just gave me like a small hint. And if it is what I think it is, it's going to be pretty exciting.
well, I feel even better about my pickup.
You should be. It's a really cool card. It's a really cool card.
All right,
Elusive,
Gingy.
what you get? Oh,
No, let's go with Gingy. Let's go.
Damn.
As I said, I love Pokemon. I'm in love with Marvel. Yeah, you are, Rick.
That's a great way of putting it.
It is.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so I've been buying. I've been on the Rittenhouse hype train. Unfortunately,
Oh, there's no hype train there.
That's all real.
and yeah, I've been picking up all the rubies actually from 2014 Rittenhouse set.
Ooh.
Yeah, just some nice characters, cool cars. Nothing in particular, just nice characters, you know.
I don't know
Sounds
how you're
fun.
finding rubies. Rubies are tough, man.
Yeah, they look beat up.
Do you want to share about the diamond one you picked up?
No.
No? Okay.
Damn, Elusive. Elusive saw the bus. He was like, hey, Gingy, here you go.
I'm trying to hit him with a layup, right? Like, did you see me? I tried to like set it up for him.
That was an assist.
Yeah. And he's like, get your shit out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some emeralds as well. Yeah.
Nice.
100. Yeah, I'm loving Rittenhouse stuff. I've been doing some heavy research into some of the older Rittenhouse, 2008, 2011, 10. Just going back and seeing what's there has been super interesting for me at the moment.
Beautiful pieces.
Yeah, so many, and they're massively underrated, I think. So super interesting to see what's there.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well,
So you're the last one standing, Elusive.
yeah, I'll let
Yeah, so
you
what's
pick.
this card you bought recently? Is this a BGS?
Well, it just depends. Like, do you want me to share a recent slab purchase, or since we're talking about sketches, the sketch?
Look at this guy. Look at
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Here we go.
It's a buffet. Like just
It's a big
Yeah,
one. I'm hungry.
You want-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you to pick. I want to give you options. You know,
I want to see a slab.
you want a slab?
Ooh.
Damn.
Okay.
As he takes a drink out of his mug. I love it.
I don't know. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Here.
Are you sharing screen? No, we're doing big talk.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Well, I'm gonna share picture here, trying to find it.
He said, "Yeah, we're on YouTube, man."
We were just talking about you.
Dre.
He showed up late for his own party.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
This is tricky. So I just click share with you guys, right? And that's it.
Well, you click share screen, and then you got to select what you're sharing, the Chrome tab or whatever you're using, browser or
Yep.
what window.
Got it. All right, let's do that.
He
Sorry
said,
for the
"Norton,
delay,
fix
guys.
your hair."
There you go. So share.
It keeps. I have this weird hair that's messing with me. It's in there. So there. It's all thinning. I don't care anymore. Garbage. Beautiful hair.
You're good. You've got a good set of hair.
Bullshit. Let me not bring this light
I'm
close.
not you
Look
and
at
I'm
that
not-
crap. You can see my
don't worry.
skull. I look like Tommy Pickles under there. It's gonna suck. That's fine.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh wow! Oh, you
So,
got to be
just-
kidding
just
me! dude.
for-
Are you serious?
Just for some context, I did a little video on this
Yeah.
on my Instagram page, and I was like, super interesting. This card, it's sold 9.5 subgrades, 9.5 overall. I wonder who bought it.
Yeah. When
This
you
guy
when you
shit,
reported that, I
man.
started laughing. I was like, "Oh, that was me. You should."
Keep it on there. What are you moving
you
so
want me to keep it on
fast?
there?
Oh
Me too.
yeah, I want to
Sorry.
draw over it a little bit. What's wrong with you?
Elusive, congratulations for making the top 10.
Yeah.
Pickups of the week.
Definitely not getting that.
That's actually true. That's a good one. I like that. That is really, you made it when Gingy looks at your card that's sold. That's exactly right.
Right?
I love that.
I felt like I
No,
was
it's
on
true.
the news.
I love that. No, I'm with you actually. Wow. I mean, really, you have
That
to
is
understand how special that card is. I mean, that's four
Yeah.
9.5s,
Hmm.
especially that card, which is such a amazing image of Spidey and Wolverine. And you know what, man? You only got this kind of stuff in the 90s where you got to see like two characters like this just hanging out. I felt like anyone who hung out with Spider-Man on a card was always really cool. You know what I mean? Like they
Mhm.
just made it cooler.
Yeah.
Like there's a surfer in Spidey from he said Ribic.
Serious
I
one?
forget.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll find it in a minute. But I mean, I just love it when they do this, and that's such a good looking card. Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's right there, in front or behind, depends on I know artist objective, behind the '94 Fleer X-Men Wolverine and Spider-Man card.
Mhm. Yeah, I
But that
agree.
one- but this one has more of a dark tone to it. I love the moon in the background.
Well-
I love all the little details.
What I love about it is it's vertical instead of
Yeah.
horizontal. That's the only thing about the 94 flare.
Whoa,
That's a great
Wait
point.
a minute. Okay, good question. Vertical or horizontal cards?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm a massive
Yeah, go ahead.
fan of. Wait, what's it called if it's that way? Landscape.
This is horizontal landscape.
Horizontal. I'm a huge fan. I just think they look sick. It gives a really nice element.
Gingy.
Where,
Oh, sorry. I was thinking, do you wish they would slab them differently? Because when you have to lay it on its side, you can't read what's
correct.
being written.
So I've heard news that the only grading company looking at doing it is HGA, hybrid grading approach, where they're going to do a specially made slab for cards like that. If they do, I will probably do something like that because that is sick.
That's
That is
pretty
really
cool.
sick. But yeah, it does annoy me that they put the label on there and you have to go like that.
Well, I saw a guy that was selling the Venom silver foil from 2017 Fleer Ultra Spider-Man in a 9.5, and I submitted an offer before I noticed that he had it upside down in the holder. BGS messed that one up, and so he was upside down. Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was like, hey, sorry about
happens.
that. Can you decline my offer, please?
It's true, man. Like I've seen that happen to a lot of cards too. It's a shame. It's a shame when that kind of stuff happens because you're like, oh no.
So I'm a vertical guy because I actually want to be able to look at my cards. I want to set them up and have them displayed. And when you got to turn something horizontal, it kind of messes up the way the real estate is. And then for me, visually, I like for things to be even on each side.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I got to get another vertical card, another horizontal card on the other side. So it's more about how it fits in the display for me than anything. Although there are horizontal cards that I would just kill to own right now.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I personally, it's really tough. So I had these really two beautiful horizontal sketch cards. Now, the sketch card blanks were horizontal blanks. So like instead of the logo being on the bottom vertically, it was on the bottom horizontally.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
So they do exist, those sketch cards that are positioned horizontally, and they can be rare. And I had two Surfer APs that were horizontal, and I ended up selling them because I couldn't stand that they were horizontal. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get past it. And plus it was APs, and I was slowly moving to pack pulled and lessening my Surfer collection because I couldn't afford to have more than like 15 high-end Surfer sketches.
Mhm.
But yeah, I ended up selling those, funny enough. So like sketch card wise, I'm really into the vertical look, but there are some sketch cards I've seen that horizontally, they just make more sense. Like Premier's really good about that.
So how do booklets fall into that?
So I had my first booklet with Amando, and for me, the booklet makes a lot more sense because they're two vertical cards together.
Mm-hmm.
What I get upset about booklet sketches is the gap in between and the art extends across and it doesn't look right. That drives me up the wall. I hate that. I don't think they should do that. I don't think there should be a gap in the middle unless it's designed a certain way. Like for the Star Wars one I have, Like the Star Wars one I have is Mando facing Grogu for the first time, but you see both their portraits looking at each other. So the space doesn't matter because there's natural space there.
So it's not
anyway.
one object spread across both booklets. It's an object on each side.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you grade booklets?
Yes.
How tall is this man?
card?
I'm 6'4".
I'm so fucking tall.
Yeah.
I'm really tall. But yeah, see how that makes sense to me? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Having that little gap there. But
So
yeah,
we-
you can grade booklets apparently.
When you first showed me that, I actually thought it was two separate cards in a case.
Like a custom holder.
So it's a booklet
That's
and it
fantastic.
closes. So when you open the pack, you actually get the booklet close, which drives me crazy because then sometimes the paint can stick and damage the card. Luckily, Marvel Premiere doesn't do that. But luckily, there was no sticking here. And this was part of a whole theme of cards he did for Masterworks. Like each one, like it was all these like monumental moments for characters, and each character was looking at each other in that moment. So
Watch me. Wait, all four of you are here for Sunday Live? Is this what the apocalypse looks like? What's going on, Bill?
what's up, buddy? Oh man, it's great. But
we
yeah,
just,
so
Sorry, mate. Can we just touch on a certain Papa Juju here? Because he's popping up all over the place. This Leon guy.
He is.
Can we touch on that for a minute?
That is my pops. Love him dearly. And Papa Juju, also known as Leon or Neon Leon, as I've called him many years. If he had his own YouTube channel, it would blow up immensely. He is incredibly funny and entertaining, and he's walking content, in my opinion. I can just sit here and tell you story after story after story growing up. So glad to see him show up.
Yeah,
That's
he's always
awesome.
jumping on streams and everything. Yeah, he's a big supporter of the community. He's going for the title, Victor. So watch out.
He's going for the title.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a belt made.
He stayed on Instagram 2 Wednesday nights in a row to 2 a.m. watching Marvel. Somebody getting their house remodeled.
Yeah, I don't
What
know
is
what that
that?
is. It's not mine.
Let me check if it's me. I got my headphones on.
It literally stopped when you
sounds-
took off the headphones. There you go.
No, so yeah, I'll mute myself in between. Yeah, it's,
No,
it's probably my daughter's, hitting something against her kitchen.
that's totally good. I was like, somebody's getting their kitchen renovated. But yeah, he stayed on until 2 a.m. 2 Wednesdays in a row, and he like calls me. He's like, "Hey, do you know about they pulled these arc welds and next Wednesday they got 5 boxes left, and that's where the case hits are at." I'm like, "Who's this man talking to me about Marvel cards?" And he knows this stuff. This is incredible. So it's really awesome that he's becoming a part of the community, and it gives us something that we have more in common that we can talk about.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. I love it.
That was the loosest.
No
promo.
comment.
Yeah. He's got really good earbuds. Goodness gracious.
Really good.
That's great. Oh man.
There
Okay.
you go. I took care of that.
Right, questions. Has anybody got any questions they want to ask us as well?
Yeah. Any questions?
Oh yeah.
Right. This is a stab in the dark live. See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of scared. Do we have to?
I'm kind
answer
of
it?
liking
Is
the
it like
live.
two
the
truths
live
and a dare.
format. 2 truths and a dare. That's actually pretty scary.
Hmm.
Let me see. What about any promos you guys picking up? Promos?
I picked up this guy, which was it's a case topper. Because of course. So I have these 3 case toppers I had to get, which I think I showed on my Instagram. This one was the latest one I picked up. Was this guy.
Oh, dude.
Now you're gonna ask, hey, why'd you pick it up, that Norn? Yeah. Little guy, little Silver Surfer guy right there
Right
under
there.
the logo on a surfboard, just
How
hiding.
did we even
I feel
spot
I
that?
feel like Sketch Card's always playing Find Waldo with Surfer.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
I mean, what this really is this is what happens when you collected everything
Mhm.
and you're just looking for something else to collect.
It's like, just give me something.
No, when your character's banned and you've collected everything of his band work, so now you're just like, well, there's nothing new coming out. Let me go
Right.
find Waldo.
Next would
Straight-
be anything that where has Surfer been in the galaxy? I'll click that as in the image.
There's a galaxy he was in this issue, so I'm just going to buy this picture that
This
has
can be
this
a bad
galaxy in the background.
Hey, so
Watch me. Look at this. In the popular meme of two Spider-Men staring at each other, taken from the 1967 cartoon.
Oh my god, I hate
Who
you.
is the imposter Spider-Man?
I am so mad at
the
you.
problem is he knows the answer and we
Yeah,
don't.
of course. It's easy when you
Yeah.
know the answer and it's on the left.
Hey,
But like-
Sketch Card was supposed to know the answers.
It's the right one.
Oh,
That's right.
You bald-headed mother. Okay, that's enough for me. I see how this is.
This
That's
live's
okay.
really kicked off now.
I don't care. That's right. I didn't know any of
You
the
want to
answers.
talk about mothers, huh?
You wanted to
Mother time.
So we've forgot Marvelous Packs. He had a question up here. What are your
Oh.
thoughts on Whatnot?
So far, I've downloaded the app, but I haven't jumped on there yet. I get a lot of notifications popping up, like when someone goes live on Whatnot. But yeah, I don't know enough to have an opinion on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Whatnot is an app that you can jump on and people are auctioning and selling things. A lot of people who were doing Instagram lives to do claim sales. Instagram started, basically blocking people's comments and not letting people post their claims. And people are having to get, we're having to be kind of clever and unique to try to get around that because Instagram probably wants to either monetize or somehow, get in on that money that's coming through Instagram through claim sales. So a lot of people have moved to this platform called Whatnot. And I've been on it a couple of times. I haven't actually purchased anything or sold anything on it, so I can't speak to it at that level. I will say that for addictive personalities, it felt a lot like gambling. I mean, like bright lights flashing. You could hear the person. I remember listening to one. She sounded like an auctioneer. Like she was really charging people up to buy. And so I think that it's probably an interesting place for people to sell and buy and sell. It may be a place that you can actually get a couple of good deals if somebody's selling something. There's not a big audience on it. But I think you got to go into it with like a lot of personal fortitude and make sure you don't get, carried away if you're not careful.
Yeah, just to echo that point, from what I've seen of it, and I've only been on a few just to see what it's all about. If you're new to collecting Marvel cards, don't use Whatnot to get cards. Like that would be my only thing I would take away from it.
Yeah.
Because they're not anything special. These cards, these guys are ripping. Mainly base cards of the 90s, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong, we've just seen a 90s card, which is sweet as a nut. But yeah, definitely it's a gambling aspect for sure. Like you're paying sometimes a lot of money for something that isn't worth that.
Stupid money. Like in all
Yeah,
seriousness,
so-
stupid. Like I know this is live and I'm supposed to be a little nicer, but that's dumb.
Yeah.
Like buying just packs randomly on Whatnot and having them crack and them open and looking at cards inside. Don't do that. You can buy those cards for 25 cents for $1 on ComC or eBay. You
Yeah.
can search them in a lot. You can buy full sets of cards as a lot on eBay for under $50, $40 for some of those sets that you're paying $50, $40 for a pack of cards. Don't
Right.
do that. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense at all. Look, I would not be where I'm at with, sorry, Elusive. I would not have what I have here if I did purchases like that. I just don't have the money. And yeah, it's fun and blah, 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 whatever.
My only thing would be, I personally see it as a good thing for Marvel cards in terms of,
Oh yeah.
I talk about lighting that fire. That is awesome for that to happen. And the sports card world, that's been happening for a long time, right? People doing razzes, whatever you want to call it, breaks, pack breaks, and things like that. So it is good, but yeah, again, it's just like a beware. Definitely beware.
I think as far as Marvels goes, I just don't think we're there yet to be breaking those boxes, for those prices. It makes more sense. Like, for example, I don't think any of us would argue if anybody wanted to break a box of 2013 Fleer and charge people for packs, because that box is so rare that most people can't afford that box, even if you saw one available on eBay. So that one makes perfect sense, where you would want to sell packs to distribute the risk, and you're not carrying the full load. But if it's not like a higher end box, that again, I would stay away from it. And like Gingy was saying, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's good. It's a good sign that the hobby's growing. It's just the learning curve. Those people will learn too. They'll look back and go, you know what? If I wouldn't have bought these amount of packs, I could have picked up this instead. So, but it's all learning. As long as they learn from that in the future,
And that's what makes me feel bad, really, and why I speak so harshly about it, is that I don't want someone to want to get into this hobby, get stuck on something that's addictive and overpriced, and all of a sudden look back in like 3 months and be like, man, what did I even do this for? I never want to look at another Marvel card again, because that's the kind of stuff that hurts the hobby. And that's true. Like, I've had a lot of people have those experiences where they're like, I mean, honestly, I have people right now who are having experiences where they've been collectors longer than I have, and they're out and they're selling their full collection. Like, literally, I'm literally talking to someone right now who's a major collector longer than I have been, and he's out, everything gone. And it's not a joke. A lot of people are seeing this and getting kind of nervous and scared and stuff.
I mean, in all fairness, I did mention to you a while back that would probably happen.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah.
We all talked about that. I mean, you definitely mentioned it. And I remember us talking on the phone and be like, this is a natural conclusion of this. You know what I mean? And a natural direction for this. I shouldn't say conclusion, but direction for this. Go ahead. Yeah, I think there
two things are happening, right? I think, in my opinion, like, it's either, like you mentioned, old collectors feeling like they're going to get priced out. So, if you know yourself, and maybe this collector you're referring to kind of knows how he is, and he knows it's not going to work out for him, so he'd rather sell, which is smart for him.
Very smart.
The market is great right now to sell. But I think there's another type of seller right now, and I think it's the sellers that legitimately think this is the peak. Unfortunately for them, they think, well, that's what I'm telling you. That's why you're selling.
Yeah.
That's why you're selling. I mean,
it has only just begun.
Exactly.
So
and
true.
People we're not in the end game yet, right?
Yeah.
And people, I mean, you could tell by the cards that are being sold. I mean, I don't want to mention anything. You guys know, like, very low numbered cards that shouldn't even be sold right now. And especially for the prices that they're being sold for, is a huge hint that people do believe this is a peak.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think a lot of people are looking through their collections and making some real assessments there. And I posted that post about not selling your stuff right now. Eventually, yes, but not right now, not too prematurely, because people are going to miss out on stuff. There are things you're not going to be able to ever get again after this time passes. I really believe that by this time next year, there are certain pieces you ain't going to find again unless they're at a crazy high price.
Yeah, I mean, Elusive, you said in game, we're at where Loki shows up for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of using that Marvel MCU timeline. There's a 2020 Marvel Masterpiece Purple Spider-Man, which is numbered out of $199, $19 on eBay right now. This is not the peak. It just doesn't make any sense at all that anybody would have that conclusion. They're looking at the PMG game, and they're using those prices to determine that this is the peak, and that's not the case.
On that point, then, because I know, Elusive, we've had chats, and I've had some chats with Stacking, Gems, and other people. Do we believe PMGs? This ties into retro versus question quite nicely, I think. Do we believe PMGs are at the peak or near the peak?
I think that some of the lower end ones honestly are. I think some of the lower end ones are peaking. I think that your main characters are always going to sustain value. And I think nobody's going to argue with the original 2013 PMGs as well. I mean, excluding any one of ones. Obviously, one of ones are always going to retain value out of 5s, out of 10s, and even out of the 99s. I'm just more referring to, like, the lower end characters. I do believe that because of so much attention on PMGs in general, people are going, oh, well, this is a deal. Why is this character only $60 for a red? I'll pick it up, not knowing that a lot of people don't collect that character, and that's why it's the price that it is. So if you see it in that respect, I do believe some of those are peaking or close to.
And also too, like the future of this really is going to be dependent upon what Disney does with certain characters in those lower state PMGs, right? If you look at PMGs and look at the character list, 2013 had a great character list. And then after that, it got a little trickier and trickier from 2015, 2017. You know, the character list, you maybe have like maybe 5 top tier characters and the rest are kind of low mid grade, or you know what I mean? So it gets a little trickier and trickier. But what's going to happen in the future, what needs to happen in the future for all of those PMGs on the mid, high, low, mid range, whatever they're at, for those to get any traction, not only does the audience space have to increase, which it will, I know that, but I think also character collectors, which is something I'm always really fascinated with. I think we're going to see a lot more character collectors get into this hobby, and I think a lot of them are going to do the multiple PMG holdings, right? Where they'll buy the same PMG of their character. They'll buy like 5, 7, or 9 reds of the same character just to have them because they like the art and it's cheap enough to buy in. I feel like we'll see a resurgence of that because I think that's where a lot of PMGs are being held right now, is by collectors who have put in the binder pages for their cards.
Yeah, I remember when you first mentioned that to me. I didn't really think so, but then I start seeing exactly what you mentioned: people selling off showing off, like a binder full of the same character in blues and reds, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he was right.
You can see the numbers too, right? Like the numbers are always the same for the PMGs that keep coming up for sale, and that's because the ones that are in really clean condition are, wink, wink, in a binder somewhere held. You know what I mean? Smart. Yeah. Smart.
Yeah, I've run into people who on character collecting, they want to put them in a binder and they want a 9-page of the same card flipped to a 9-page of the same card, which is fascinating. But back to Gingy's question, I think there's a couple of reasons why it's not the peak. Number one, because PSA locked up, there's still, I think, a lot of graded PMGs that have yet to be graded or yet to show up that are graded. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that impacts the market. And then with Spider-Man Metal coming out, if those PMGs hit, if they're high quality, I think you're going to see those prices skyrocket, which is going to, for people who are going to be priced out, they're going to go back to 2015, 2017 if they can, even though those prices are up right now.
Yeah. And Retroverse with another question, he says, why can't Marvel be its own entity? And I think what he's referring to is because this previous question was talking about PMGs in the sports world. And I think that and jambalayas are just going to be the only things that they cross over for. But once I feel, and again, I hate repeating myself because we was talking about the learning curve, right? But I think that once they're here for a while, they'll start to notice other things that our hobby has to offer. That our hobby's more than PMGs and jambalayas, right?
Hardcore.
There's a concept in you're talking about evaluations and value called conformity. And if you've ever driven down a neighborhood and you have all houses that are similar in style and design and quality, and then you have an igloo house in the middle of the neighborhood, that neighborhood's never going to reach its peak from a value standpoint because you have this one-off house that doesn't conform. It stands out as a sore thumb. Even though somebody may like it. And so anytime you can create conformity normally lends itself to confidence, which then sustains and creates value. And what I think the Marvel trading card, is trying to do right now is say, hey, how can we create some conformity to sports where these guys and gals will have confidence to move over and make purchases because they believe the card's going to sustain value over time. Hence, PMGs, hence jambalayas, and it's been proven to be true.
Wow.
100%. Yeah, that's Doom great. Card's asking, will diamond cards ever get close to PMG prices? Sketch card, what do you think about this one?
I think so. I think will it be that way tomorrow? No, not at all. I think it's similar to what everyone's saying here, which is really a great conversation in the sense that what we're not understanding right now is that every hobby that has an influx of money and celebrities who are interested in, and by the way, there are influencers and celebrities who are buying these cards. They're just currently hush hush. In a year or two from now, you're going to see them start popping up, and you're going to be like, "Oh,
and you want them to be hush hush for a little while longer."
Of course we do.
If you're buying,
If you're buying, you don't want anybody to say anything yet because you want to be ready when stuff goes crazy and you can't find it anymore. It's not so much to make a profit is what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is having what you would like to obtain before it is unobtainable. And if you want to know what that world looks like, and Justin showed me this world, you look at CGC comic books. You look at Graded Slab comic books. There are books now that are unobtainable.
Well, you don't need
with cards. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, we don't even. You could just go straight to another trading card, right? Look at Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh higher end cards. What 100%. Are those going for? So, yeah, we're nowhere near the peak as far as anything. I mean,
no.
Again, Yu-Gi-Oh has cards that you could buy for 20 grand, 30 grand, and again, we repeat ourselves, but they're not numbered, and it ain't Marvel.
I can't wrap my head around why Yu-Gi-Oh is worth anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just can't. I don't know why, but there's nothing familiar about it. Like from a mainstream standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I've heard the argument on this one. There's a couple of collectors that are doing it at a very high level as far as Yu-Gi-Oh is concerned. Just like any market, right? There's always someone behind the scenes, another Pen 66, right, pulling the strings. And with them, what sustains that hobby is that's a true TCG, right? So people actually still involved in playing the game. That's why. So
there's a life in there.
That makes a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little life in there. And the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff too, you have to realize there are people who are into Yu-Gi-Oh so hard that they do have doubles and they do have treasure chest and certain cards and things that they're not giving up no matter what. And since it's controlled very well at the top, which is what's happening now with Marvel. What you're seeing with Marvel is everyone's struggling to get here. Everyone wants to have that arsenal in their house. I hate referring it to an arsenal, but you know what I mean? They want to have that.
Oh no, that was good.
That was good. Okay.
These are bullets.
We're all like doomsday preppers.
We're all doomsday. You see Doom, see what you do. You and La Furia, I forget where it's called. Where he's from. But they all want to control as much of it as possible. That's currently what's happening. They're all trying to control as much of it as possible and have as much of the product as possible. And that's what people are doing right now. That's why people are buying the way they are. That's why people are selling the way they are. That's why things are happening, because everyone's trying to get to this status. But the biggest problem for a lot of people, and they don't know this because they haven't been in the hobby long enough to understand, there's already somebody there. And I'm going to tell you what, there's already 10 people there. And they are there. I promise you that. I know people who have things that would turn you white as it's said in Ghostbusters. Well, not any whiter than Gingy. I already told him. But you know what I mean? Like that. I love you, buddy. But you know what I mean? Like that's it. That it's just, they're already there. And that's why you can't find them. You can't find certain PMGs. You really can't.
Right.
So going back to Doom's point, will diamond cards ever get close to PMG prices? We know why PMGs are big right now, but do diamonds have the same? And this is a question to you guys, but do diamonds have the same? Let's talk. They're out of 10, right? Do they have the same sex appeal? That's what I'm going to call it. You know what? As PMGs,
I like
it in terms of sports cards, Pokemon cards. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Does it have the same appeal?
Yeah, I think that they're gonna. Yes, I think it's yes, but I think it's more so like within our community, there's gonna be a niche of people that gravitate towards those. So that is what's gonna offset that market, right? Like people that are. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Sketch. While for those who are on YouTube, can you pull up one and show so people can see what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Sorry, Lucy.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I think that they will reach those prices, especially like top tier characters. Again, they're out of 10, so I mean, all these, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, their biggest cards are trophy cards, right? And that's because those are the rarest in their hobbies. Again, I think that if they had numbered cards, less and less people would gravitate towards trophy. I think that's still going to be a community, but I feel like that community is as strong as it is because it lacks numbered. But there you go. Look at that beautiful surfer out of 10.
Stunning.
And they have like a nice comic book look, right? Don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Like the back art is superb.
The border is super nice.
So what's a comp on a diamond card? Say, one of your better characters.
Honestly, they're cheap.
Currently,
They're cheap.
less than 100.
Yeah. I was stupid. Elusive got one away from me because I should have just bought the 2. Just kidding. I should have just bought the 2 surfers. I forgot which one you have. You have the other one, I think.
Omega.
The Omega. You mother. Okay,
Where did you get that from?
He so there was one set on eBay and I didn't buy it because I was like, I don't need 2. I'm going to be greedy. And then Elusive hits me and goes, man, you know what I picked up today? I'm like, that. No, they're very nice. They have a beautiful diamond sheen to them. And then when you put them together with their rainbow counterparts, it actually, that's the other silver. So you have blue, you have a nice parallel yellow, which is 1 per pack or something like that. Then you have your green emerald. And then you have your ruby, which is exclusive to certain boxes and impossible to find. The rubies were really difficult for me to get, actually. And they're out of 50. And then you have your diamond. No, you're smart for getting them.
And then even the backs are super nice. Look at the backs.
They're beautiful. They're slick. They're nice. Look, honestly, what's going to happen here in the future, PMGs are going to be unobtainable at one point. And a lot of people are going to look at these diamonds and be like, damn, diamonds are 10s. They're nice. It's of my character. I have a 10 card from a Marvel thing, which there's not many 10 cards of certain characters, which people don't know. And you know what? People are going to pick them up. And they're going to be like, I want this.
And guess what? Most of them are older. I think they're all older than PMGs, with the exception of 2013.
Yeah.
Yep. That's another silver.
No, that's a nice one.
Beautiful mirror effect on there.
Yeah.
And then the back is nice, chronological of the releases of Surfer, because this is 75th, and then the number is nice and printed here. And Rittenhouse did a great job with their cards. They understood not only how to design them, but also too what would age well in terms of design. They're not distracting.
Very timeless. It's very timeless.
Very timeless. They're nice, man. I think they're great. I think they'll get there. I think what's going to happen eventually with diamonds is that, just like every other insert, people are going to look once we get past this stage, which is the one we're in, where all these people who have money, who've been from other hobbies, looking at Marvel and saying, oh man, what have I been missing? Once we get past everyone coming in and buying things, which I'm glad they are, because they're actually becoming fans of Marvel. And, what's going to happen is the discovery stage. We got a video coming out tomorrow on my channel and Gingy's channel where we did the discovery phase for a set we were looking at. And we'll do something on Pack Fresh next Sunday, hopefully, where we kind of conclude what we were finding and looking at. And you're going to see a couple of things from all 4 of us where we're always looking at new things that people are not looking at and so forth. And we'll share that with you guys here. But yeah, I think diamonds will get there. I think diamonds will definitely get there.
Yeah.
They're going to be a lot more expensive than they are now. That's for sure. This Surfer Diamond, there's no reason I bought this for $100. In the future, this should be a $600 card.
Easy. That's at minimum.
Easy.
Without doubt.
And that's low. I'm talking like just year and a half.
Yeah. But again, just if there's newer collectors going to go and buy diamond cards now, just hold up.
It's character driven. It's character driven.
Exactly. You have to choose the right characters, otherwise it's pointless.
No. Some characters are interesting too and fun to go for. And don't let me sway you. I still think an off the beaten path character for $30 out of 10 is still a buy. I really do. But do not expect that $30 investment
to triple. That's what I'm
to
saying.
Triple. You might just Gingy, and Gingy knows this better than all of us. Gingy watches the market like a hawk. You know what I mean? He understands. You just be careful of that, because you don't want to. You want to be safe with that.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
What do you think, Justin?
Well, so I don't know very much about the diamond cards, but I'm intrigued that they're some of the older number cards in Marvel, and that and as time moves forward, and people start thinking about, hey, what really is valuable in Marvel cards, I think they're going to look at age as being part of the decision making process. And when you have cards that look really, really nice from a nice set that are numbered, that are older, I think you're gonna see a lot of value there.
Yeah, I think we lost Norris. He went to go buy the rest of the diamonds.
He did.
He's like, I'm going on Consti right now.
Bye now. Yeah.
Bye. So, Elusive, do you still think that, not that much has changed in terms of the order of people buying?
Yeah, I think it's changed. Yeah, I'm
You
glad
think
you
it's
brought
changed?
that up. Yeah,
I was going to bring this up with you guys. To
Yeah,
see if you...
I think that now there's a very good chance, especially because we are sharing a lot of knowledge with the community. So I feel like, okay, so jambalaya is the only thing that it doesn't have going for itself. Again, is even though we know they're rare and we know it's a sports thing, they're not numbered either. So I do see diamonds overtaking jambalayas.
Interesting.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a bold one, but I'm gonna throw that one.
I like that though. I like that. It's a good claim.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm of possibility on that.
Well,
Especially
another
after
reason why.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say another reason why that might be the case is jambalayas are tough to grade. I mean, they just really are. And with the backs are at least have seemed really difficult to me, and not all are cut well. So it seems to me like these diamond cards are going to have a better chance of getting higher grades.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, having them in hand.
Mhm.
I mean, the corners on mine look good, and they're out of 10, so it's not like I had choices.
And
You
then
know what I
also, if we could be honest, which I know this is subjective, but again, your sports cards people love the jambalayas. But if you just look at them objectively and you see a diamond next to a jambalaya, I don't think it's that close. I think that the diamonds are better looking, in my opinion.
And you're talking about the art. Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork, correct. Yeah, the artwork. Some of the artwork that's chosen for some of the artwork's chosen. That's like some of these jambalayas aren't the best.
You can't even tell who the character is.
Yeah.
It's messy.
Yeah.
Some of them. And Retro brought this up earlier. Retroverse, he said, "Hey, you guys should talk about the art more." And I think what I heard him saying through the comments was, we're talking about how these are like sports cards, that he would like for us to emphasize what has the better art, as it hypes up the community, so to speak.
And there's great inserts too for Marvel that are
Exactly.
Marvel only. Go ahead, Gingy.
No, I was just going to say, like, whilst I agree with Elusive, there are die cut cards, other die cut cards and inserts that are just superb. Obviously not numbered and things, but I don't know, man. Some art is underrated. On
100%.
that aspect.
100%. Yeah, I agree. Die cut cards are the way to go. Man, remember when we saw that Marvel 75th anniversary box with Infinite?
Yeah.
Right? He pulled that die cut Wolverine with the red.
Yeah.
That was an amazing looking, not
That's
numbered,
Yeah.
but damn, could you imagine that thing graded? That thing looked beautiful. Brown suit Wolverine, multiple pictures of Wolverine. I mean, that's killer.
It was.
Killer. Yeah, hard numbered comic cuts. I'm a huge believer in comic cuts. Huge believer. And most comic cuts are hard numbered. Even the ones that are not hard numbered, it is very much public information on sell sheets and off the companies to show that those cards are in fact very rare.
Because it couldn't just be printed. They actually had to cut up a comic book, and they're
one of one
page.
That is cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Sketch Card. I almost picked up my first printing plate, but the seller changed the pricing by 3 times overnight.
They are super cheap. Some of these printing plates.
Yeah, but you know what? I am gravitating, and I'm sure you know this about this more than I do. But on the printing plates, I gravitate more towards the black ones or the cyan. How do you pronounce that? Right?
So there's a blue one and there's a black one. The blue is cyan.
The blue
cyan.
Okay. So yeah, I'm referring to the black one, and then because of the contrast, it lets you enjoy the card more than like per se a magenta or a yellow.
Yeah. I mean, the really beautiful cards that have great contrast that were in black, because they changed their printing process a little bit from 2012 Marvel Premiere and Fleer Retro, 2015 and 2016. The blacks in those 3 sets, killer. Just like Star Wars, like black printing plates in Star Wars are the most desirable. But once Marvel changed their printing process, what became more desirable in Marvel, like in 16 MM16, Marvel Masterpiece 16, Marvel Masterpieces 2018 or 2020, the colors that became popular there were the ones that matched the character. So like Ghost Rider red, magenta, that was the plate to get of Ghost Rider, or like Silver Surfer cyan. That's the color to match with Surfer. You know what I mean? Because the blacks were not as like contrasty. But back in the day, bro, the plates back in the day, killer.
Yeah, you don't want to get sketch card started with fucking printing plates, man.
Spidey, what cards are you looking at the
Yeah,
moment. Like
Spidey's
in
always keeping it
Spider-Man
on
world.
Spidey's always keeping it on the low,
Yeah,
man.
you're
Well, it wouldn't be the case if I wasn't saving up for Spider-Man Metal. So there's very little that I'm looking at.
yeah,
Genius.
of course.
Although I will, I don't know if I want to put this live.
You don't have to. Don't feel pressure,
It's
man.
dangerous.
Put
Yeah, don't do
anything
that.
like
Don't
that.
do
You don't have
you
to
can,
do that.
You
You
can,
don't-
No,
you can
no,
be
it's-
vague about it.
It's not card related. It's just one of those things like you say it and people are going to totally misrepresent or misunderstand it.
Yeah.
But seriously thinking about putting in an offer for the Jim Lee original art for X-Men 1.
Ooh.
And so that's obviously brand new. But and who knows? But the way they're selling it seems really odd to me. You're putting in an offer with a short period of time via email, and-
Yeah, that's weird.
which means, and it doesn't feel very publicized beyond, kind of likes and shares on social media. And it's not through a major auction house, it's through a comic book shop. So you put all that together, it just seems like you might have the ingredients for something that might actually be attainable for me. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's
Sorry.
on my mind.
Why is Sketch? Is he frozen?
Because I'm like
Have I missed
sweating.
something?
I'm
yeah,
sweating.
like my
'cause
hands are
Justin-
sweating telling you guys about it.
Like
Can
Justin
you-
basically put something out there.
Can you repeat? I'm so sorry. There was a pizza guy who wasn't for me, by the way.
No.
I missed it.
Oh, that's even sadder. That's even sadder.
Wow.
That's even more. Man, I
It's
want
the
pizza
worst
tonight.
ever.
We might get pizza tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
The meatloaf.
We're getting pizza.
Ah, live, baby.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So
Just
what
a
Justin
summary.
just summary.
Yeah,
Okay.
think
An X-Men cover that's very nice. Justin's gonna go in on it.
It would
Sounds
be
serious.
it would be like being able to acquire the Mona Lisa of the 1990s comic books.
I'll tell you later, Gingy. I don't want to build this
Fine.
thing up.
Yeah.
But I'm like sweating for you. I
Yeah.
think it's a brilliant idea. I think it's more brilliant than spending money on Spider-Man metal. And as a friend who loves you dearly, I'd focus all my attention
Yeah.
on that instead
Yeah.
of
It seems like
that.
a once in a lifetime opportunity to even have
yes.
the option to make an offer on it. So
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It would be epic. I could already visualize it next to your display.
yeah,
that's
you and
it.
me both, brother.
He's
But,
got to have his own display, surely.
yeah. Send up some prayers for me. So
Oh yeah. Hey.
Hashtag
No,
this.
no Spider-Man metal. Remember, no Spider-Man metal.
No.
Well, so
keep
here's
your
the good-
priorities
here's-
straight.
yeah, so here's the good news is that unless something weird happens, the ability to make an offer on Jim Lee's stuff will end before Thursday, which is normally when they would put up metal. So
Timing.
One pizza. Okay, good. Well, that's good to know then. That's good to know. It's funny. I actually just went through not a similar thing at all, but I preferenced a sketch card, original art over a graded card. I think I told you all guys that, but it really puts it in perspective when you start looking at original art, and it just makes things. You can see things clearly suddenly when you start making those comparisons.
I think I just wanted to start one of these, like a segment, and I'm gonna shout out to Watch Me Open. He gave me this idea, but I think that we should all share once in a while, at least once a month, the one that got away.
yeah,
Right, ones that we missed. So I'll start us off because it's all related. You'll see now, but Sketch Card knows this. I was going after. So I was able to lock down the base Fatal Attractions, very famous card by Bob Larkin, right? I locked down the Silver X over. I locked down the buyback. And then I found the original pencil art for it. And I didn't lock that down. I before I was able to submit an offer, I had mentioned it to Sketch Card, and then boom, it was gone. So if any of you in the chat
Yeah.
are looking
Oh,
for
yeah.
diamonds or PMGs,
I have something for you. I love that. Yeah, that's a hard one.
So-
Those pieces are tough. When you start it's really tough. And when Elusive brought that to my tent, I was kind of like, because the certain price that he would have had to pay outright just to get it to be done with it, I was like, I don't know, I think that's too high for a prelim, which was my opinion. I still think that even though it's gone, I think you're going to be surprised, Elusive. There's going to be a lot of things coming in the next year or so where you'll see. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. My advice there was that was priced very high. You know what I mean?
I'm not losing sleep over it, but I'm just a little bit
That's
sad.
good. Yeah, I get it.
To be fair, mate, you probably got enough good stuff. Like,
Seriously, Elusive.
Sorry,
you living
sorry,
the dream
Sorry,
as it is. I
Just
love
say
it.
it,
I love
like,
it.
for the new dogs over here.
You hear this, Charles? Why you're not getting attacked like this, man?
No. I attacked him last night. Don't worry.
Oh, you
Oh,
did.
there you go.
What about you, Sketchart, Gingy? Justin, any within the last month, did you lose any auctions that hurt, or looking back, you didn't pull the trigger and then you look back and it was sold?
There's so many, I can't even think.
the list
Just
is
because I'm
long.
cheap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them was to you, Elusive.
Oh, damn.
It's a pack of Marvel Legends trading cards, top trading cards for $10.
Oh,
That's a good price.
no, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
I
I
think
put
you
in-
promise.
I put in max bid $10 and I lost it $10.50. So yeah, that one hurt.
That's a great price.
Oh,
Because I've been buying them around 15, 20, to be honest with you, the ones I've been getting. So 10, 50 is a good price.
Oh wow,
Great.
that is
Have you
good.
got a full shebang yet? Full like foil parallel?
I'm starting a little binder with all the foils, but then Doom is wanting my Dr. Doom, so that's gonna throw off my whole.
poor Doom.
But
You're gonna be like,
no worries. Well,
that's
see, this is back to just for me. This is why, Gingy, I'm not a set collector.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to complete sets when some of your friends or people in the hobby that you admire or you like and you want to help them out. For whatever reason, I'm also more of a sucker and more inclined to help character collectors than just someone that's not a character.
Yeah, because you know how hard it is. Like,
No, correct. Yeah.
Look at Norin. And look how much he's aged.
Yeah. Look how much he's aged.
I mean,
I'm sick. I just turned 16 last week. Look at those wrinkles. Look, the hair was always natural, but look at these grays. Look at it.
Gosh.
No, honestly, I would not have the collection I have without my friends who are far larger collectors than I am. I mean, mind-blowing kind of collectors. And my best stuff that I have in my collection comes from those people. Comes from friends. Like it's just true. It's just a fact. I can't even some of it's been eBay finds, but most of the really stuff that I cherish comes from friends in the hobby.
But that's been a two-way street for you.
yeah.
I try to help people out as much as possible, and it is always because like we have relationships, we're friends, and like people go out of the way to help me out. But it is because of character collectors. People who are like in the hobby, and then they see a character collector, like, well, shit, man, I know where this is going to be appreciated and loved. And I always feel bad. I always tell people, please don't ever feel like you have to give me anything, because I collect it. Like, if you love it, please don't ever feel the pressure to do that. Because, it could be that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't feel the pressure. Here's my P.O. box, though.
Here's my number. You can find my address always on my contact us page. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I always think about and I have in mind. Like when I pick up a card, or if I know that anybody else would want that card, I think exactly what you guys just said. Who does this card mean more to, myself or this character collector?
Mm-hmm.
And more times than not, it's the character collector.
Yeah.
So
True.
Nora knows. I mean, if there's some that I know that you're going after that you don't have and I don't have,
I do with Elusive.
Yeah,
Like I've been
just
hunting
stand
for
by.
Elusive. I've been hitting up people who had surfers that I did that I already had copies of, and everyone's either sold or not responding. So I think a lot of collections are either being sold or people are going lockdown, and I just can't find things. Like that's a real big thing that's happening right now.
Look at this. Can we chat about the Marvel Auto X23 Auto I was sent for free from the Marvel is at Card Collecting Worldwide Facebook
Yeah.
group? That's
right.
That's super sweet.
Can we talk
Good
about
people.
X23?
Ah, good character. Great character.
Personally, I don't know much about X23. I'll be honest.
I
Yeah,
mean,
me neither.
So she's
Justin
Yeah.
knows.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to talk very confidently, like I know.
You do.
Fake it till you make it.
So she's biologically Wolverine's daughter, but I think she was created in a lab, not not from a mother, from lack of a better way to say it without getting all scientific. But she's very enhanced. She not only has claws coming from her hand to each, she has claws coming from her feet, which makes her insanely dangerous. But I'm going to pull up her. I just love her first appearance of her comic book, and so give me a second. I'm going to try to pull that up real quick. Okay, you guys chat.
Yeah,
So
no worries.
I hopefully you can link this to the question I asked. But do we think X-23 is going to be like in the new kind of Marvel movies, potentially the kind of future? Is that a likelihood? That's what I always think about anyway.
Any Marvel character that is young is someone who's likely going to be big in Disney moving forward.
Mhm. Yeah, that's something I always keep in mind. It's like, what would you call it? I wouldn't say like a lottery pick, but like, again, going back to Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon, right? No one saw that coming, you know? So, yeah, if all of a sudden there's another character in a Disney series and they blow up, then all of a sudden I don't think any of us are going to see coming like characters that are out of the blue, that are already existing characters, but we just didn't see it coming, and it could just be blown up. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's NYX. That's her first appearance there. See if I can.
That reminds me of the girl from The Ring.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. This book's pretty expensive to get in a 9.8 for sure.
Yeah. That's a nice book.
That was $2,300 if you're wanting to pull the trigger.
Yeah. I mean, it's light work. You either get that or you get like a blue PNG.
Yeah.
So in terms of like you talked about Blue Marvel before, Spidey.
Yeah.
Like, do you see a similar thing there?
Well, the reason I'm so high on Blue Marvel is just, again, if you just take the time to read the 5 comic book series storyline, and you'll, I think, come to the same conclusion. But I think all 4 of us can agree that we don't have enough diversity in the super, super powerful Marvel characters. And Adam Brazier, Blue Marvel, is African American, and his strength is on par with Hulk. Like, he's that powerful. He doesn't age normally. He can live a long time because of his power set. So he's actually pretty old, but he'll be around for a long time. So I just think he has a really bright future, and Marvel hasn't even really tapped into it yet.
Yeah. Super interesting.
Yeah. So he's non-vulnerable. So where's he going to go? How's he going to get killed? You know?
Yeah.
And now and then you add to the fact that, what are we going to do with Black Panther inside of the MCU? Because, Chadwick Boseman did such an iconic job with the character. How can we retcon that? Even though Black Panther is a mantle, it's not a person. And so it can be passed on. So I just think there's just a lot less risk that he will be a big part of the MCU rather than he won't be. So
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Great answer.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Go ahead. You go.
No, go for it.
No, yeah. Victor was just referring to like who could blow up next, and he's mentioned Young Avengers and New Mutants. But I was going to mention as well, like, how close do you guys feel we are to Wolverine joining the MCU?
That's my idea. That's my idea.
Hey,
That's
you know what Disney loves? They love money. Guess what Wolverine's going to make? Lots and lots of money.
I mean, how are you going to tell me?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I'm telling you.
So you're telling me there's a chance? We just got a Wolverine game announcement, right? We just got a Wolverine game announcement.
That looks
There's
awesome.
no way he's not coming in and making a huge appearance in the MCU. That's going to be a huge surprise to everyone. How soon, how late, I have no idea. But is he going to be there? Yeah, Wolverine was an Avenger. Wolverine hits all the criteria. I am interested to see who plays him. That's going to be the tricky thing. That's going to be really tricky because Hugh Jackman is so iconic. He's like the Michael Keaton Batman. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact that that's Insomniac that's putting out that games, and let me just say, I'm not a big time gamer. I just know very little, but Insomniac just does an incredible job with Marvel video games. I just think that it's going to be a huge hit. And when you look at what Miles Morales had the level he went to because of the video game being released, I think it's going to be a big deal.
I love it.
Yeah, my wish list, honestly, I mean, if I was like make a wish, I would say Wolverine. I really want to see him in the MCU. I really want to see a standalone Surfer movie, an origin Surfer, and I want to see an origin Gambit.
Yeah.
Boom.
Dude.
That's your wish.
I thought it was one wish. You did three. You did three right there.
I mean, hey, remember, I gave you guys 3 wishes. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let me get my 3.
I get my 3 wishes right now. I love it. That's great.
I'd sign up for all 3 of those, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
100%. It's interesting how you said about the game having a big impact in terms of like Miles Morales.
100%.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, we know Wolverine and kids know Wolverine, but to be able to play Wolverine,
yeah.
I mean, to me, that's different.
Absolutely. And I've got mates that play, a lot of video games who know nothing about Marvel cards. But to play characters like that is just, insane. And it makes it culturally very relevant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm excited to see Blade coming in the mix, man. Blade was the first Marvel movie, really, other than Howard the Duck, but Blade was kind of the first one to get us going. And Wesley Snipes killed it. And I thought Blade was...
If he'd only paid his taxes, imagine where that line would be. Right
that small line, that small thing. But I mean, especially with who they have playing Blade in the future, that's gonna be killer. I'm more than I'm so excited about that piece. I hope it's exactly what it should be.
Hey, the Blade actor is the same actor that's in DC. Moonlight.
Oh, sorry.
Is it not? Actually, I don't know anything about DC. The new movie that just came out, Suicide Squad.
No, that's not him.
It's not him. Okay.
I've not seen that yet.
No, that's Ezra, and then for Moonlight, and then Moonlight was.
But Idris Elba was also the guy who opens the that portal for Thor, right?
That's right. He's already in.
Yeah, Hemdell.
Right.
Yeah.
What do they call that again, though? That piece of glass that's rainbowy? Bifrost. There you go.
Bifrost.
A piece of glass.
I love it.
Where's Watch Me Open when we need him?
Yeah.
I know, right?
The man with all the answers.
Yeah,
with all the answers.
Oh, we got a show for him.
I know.
Start asking him questions. You answer in the chat.
Hey, do y'all remember? Do you watch The Office?
Yes.
Knock.
Oh
my God! KGB waits for no one.
Who's there? KGB. We will ask the questions.
We will ask the questions.
I love that.
Great.
So I've actually slapped somebody and said, KGB will ask the question, but you got to be committed. You got to go all the way through with the slap. You can't hold back.
Spend 2 nights in jail. I mean, I think it makes sense. If you're going to go with that joke, you go with it.
I've done it to 2 people. I did it to a guy named Jeff Anderson, who's an Alabama fan. It felt wonderful. And then I actually did it to my brother while we were driving down the road. He couldn't tag me because I was actually the one driving.
I love that.
Listen, my niece and nephew don't read comics but adored the Spider-Man game. I wonder if Wolverine will give a similar joy to the generation like X-Men cartoon was for me. Yeah, that's a good question, man. So. I think so, right? It's just
I think so. Why wouldn't it? I agree. Yeah. Like the X-Men cartoons were so vital to so many of us. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, who didn't play Maximum Carnage?
Oh, right? Maximum Carnage! I forgot about Maximum Carnage.
Or the Game Boy handheld X-Men game with Cyclops and Wolverine. You played.
I did play that. I did play that. Yeah.
Hey, we talked about this slightly, but like, if we could pick or cast the role for these movies, who would you pick for Surfer? I'm thinking Keanu Reeves, right? I think he would fit.
I know that's definitely the rumor, and I would love to see that because
And he's the
Keanu.
one.
I love that guy. I love that guy. He's the best. He's just the best. But my pick was actually they rumored this, and I thought it was perfect. Was the I don't know if you, I'm going to get you a picture and share screen because like otherwise you're not going to be like what?
No worries. But my point is, who would you guys pick for Gambit as well? I think that one's a tricky one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love the way Star Wars has created actors out of their movie, and they've used someone who we can't really identify as something else, and so to have an actor who hasn't had a big time role yet, but who obviously is gifted in acting, I think would be ideal for some of these bigger characters.
Yeah, I think you're thinking more like in Disney's, because they're gonna pay him less.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, and you can buy them for longer, but
Yeah.
but for me, it's like if you see, I get Keanu Reeves, right?
Mhm.
But will I be able to just see Surfer in my mind when he's playing them? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
That's
I think
tough.
so, though.
That's tough.
So
That's
Star
tough.
Lord, you're saying people don't think
So
Chris
I didn't.
Pratt should have been.
Yeah, I didn't
Star-Lord.
watch Parks and Recs before
Okay,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's
So
right.
for me, he
Neither
wasn't Jurassic Park yet. I didn't know who he was, and it was wonderful. But that's
all
I'm not
right, all right.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. That would be interesting. Matthew McConaughey.
That would
Wow.
so good. It's so good. I have
No,
this
good
guy
one.
for Surfer. You might not recognize him, but if you are a fan of True Blood, you would know who this is.
What's up, Infinite? By the way,
Yeah, what's going on, Izzy?
Oh, is he?
Hey,
Sweet.
so this is my choice for Surfer.
Oh, that's right. I know who that is. Yeah.
So
He
this
played
guy's-
Surfer, right, in the Fantastic Four, no, right?
No, that's Doug Jones who
Oh,
played
okay.
him. Who would be a great cast too, but I think he would be just a good fit for
The
it, to be
forehead's
honest.
everything, and I think this forehead works.
I see the galaxy there. Gorgeous,
Yeah.
good-looking guy. That guy.
Of
They'll make
course.
fun of my pick. Last time I
Yeah.
share my hopes and dreams with you guys, just whatever.
I was
I don't
being
care.
serious.
And you could keep showing us your
I have
Christmas wish
no
list.
idea that bloke is.
You have no idea who the bloke is. That's good though. I mean, that's good. That's what you want.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah,
actor.
remember,
for
yeah.
sure.
To Justin's point, right? You want to only see the character.
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
that's
for
important.
sure.
Yeah.
Matthew
Well, like
McConaughey.
Tom Holland. Y'all remember the first movie Tom Holland was in?
Yeah.
I don't know. It had to be
No.
Spider-Man. I mean,
I
but
think he
to-
did.
I mean,
I
to
don't
do what you're saying though, Justin, you would need someone with great range. So I
Yeah.
guess Denzel Washington can play Surfer.
That's
Denzel
not too
Washington-
far off. Denzel
I mean,
can do anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think so. Denzel's a good one. Leo, you want Leonardo DiCaprio to play?
Hey, you know what? All right, don't crap on this, but Leo as Wolverine would work for me. Like if he like really got into if they sold us
Mhm.
facially for it,
Yeah.
the dude
Yeah.
can act.
He
He's
can
not
do
super
anything.
tall.
Yeah, he also needs to take all the Mexican supplements.
Yeah, see that the physique is an issue, but
Mhm.
you know.
I think they do need a shorter guy for Wolverine, though. I think that's important. I don't think Hugh Jackman's perfect Wolverine. Who am I kidding? But like, I do think the next Wolverine. I think it'd be better if the next Wolverine wasn't like
Not Hugh Jackman. Like
not like not like I love Hugh Jackman a lot. I think he's wonderful. But like, I think like the next Wolverine has to be shorter, hairier. You know what I mean? Like there has to be kind of like a grittiness there
Is
that
that the
wasn't in Hugh
criteria?
Jackman.
Hairy.
so
Yeah, Wolverine's major
so for
hair.
people
I
who
know
don't
he's
know,
hairy, guys.
They can-
We have a whole following.
yeah.
Okay, I have a whole club that I can talk to.
So
okay?
for people who don't know, Wolverine is 5'3" in the comics. Like
Yeah.
that's his height.
Yeah.
That's
if you
right.
if you start paying attention to earlier art all the way up to the 90s, he is always like a foot shorter than everybody else.
Everybody, I love that.
And that's who Wolverine is. He's like a freaking bowling ball of adamantium coming at you with claws. And so Hugh Jackman being Wolverine really changed how people viewed him. I mean, in a sense,
100%.
you have Wolverine and then you have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's on his own. He's different. And he is many people's Wolverine. I totally get it. And he's incredible. But I'm with Sketch Card. I would love to see a more true to the comic version of Wolverine.
Just put that Wolverine, the shorter, hairier, gringy Wolverine, next to Hulk. on the screen.
You
Tell
just
me that's
smell it.
not going to look
Yeah,
sick.
Johnny Vegas.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
You-
who you
you-
need.
Well, I mean, the
You
You know
idea
who Johnny
that
Vegas is?
You know,
Yes, yeah, from Countdown.
do?
Well, I've seen him in Countdown, and I've seen him in the other reality TV
Watch
shows. Like
Countdown. You
I
guys have
like
Countdown.
Countdown. I got addicted hard. I got addicted to that, and oh my god, how can I forget the name? The tall guy who they're in a house and they're solving riddles and they have to do things at a particular time.
Saw
Greg Davis, is it Greg? And he
House of,
does it sound like IMDb to you? Come on, dude. This is
no,
Marvel
Ginger knows because
podcast.
it's in this culture. Well, not culture. It's just on his like shit TV. It's like our Housewives, basically. But it's like reality fun. I like it. I think it's fun.
I know
and
the
I'm
one you're talking
addicted.
about.
Yeah,
Well,
but I like
I just-
Countdown. I was really hurt when the gentleman passed away. Like I like Countdown a lot. Like I love the Countdown skit from IT Crowd when they make fun of it. That was great.
Look at you.
Okay, I
Engaging
got
with
something.
other
I got what's up.
cultures.
I got a little bit of stuff here. What's up? What's up?
Hey, what do
I'm
you guys think
international,
of?
baby.
I'm international. If this guy was younger, right? I would pick for Gambit. I would pick Val Kilmer.
Oh, if he was younger.
Oh,
Who's that?
Who's Val Kilmer?
What?
Have
The
you ever
first
seen Top
one of
Gun?
the Batmans. What is
Kick 'em.
wrong with you, man? Who are you?
Now,
What
more
are you
importantly,
doing?
Let me
You
get
even
it.
go here?
What's he
Tombstone,
called?
dude. Doc Holliday.
Yeah, Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
Oh,
There you go.
see,
Doc
maybe
Holliday.
you're-
What up? What up? What up?
Dude, imagine him as Gambit. Oh, there you go. Look at that. He knows what he's talking about. He's in his prime.
There's selling
You know
coffee
what?
everywhere to sell that.
You know what would have been good if he wasn't Venom? Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy would have been better for Wolverine than Venom.
I mean, a lot of people have done like renditions of what that would look like as him.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Mhm. You can just Google it. That is what a lot of people want to see. You know, Gambit's got to have the accent though. I mean, you
So,
got to
like
do
a
that New
French
Orleans.
I want him older too.
Well, he's
Like I
from New
didn't
Orleans.
like
It's from Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Louisiana is Cajun French, and so it's not just French and it's not just Southern drawl. It is Cajun
addicted to that.
French, and you know,
Oh shit.
if you talk to true Cajuns, they talk fast and you don't understand what they're saying half the time. But to me, I would love to see them really capture the culture of New Orleans and the underbelly of New Orleans, which is gritty and we're not going to go what it really is, but that's kind of where he's from, and that's how he develops his high level of intelligence, which is more of a street level intelligence,
Con
you know?
artist type of
Con
thing.
artist.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, Gambit's so good.
I'm thinking Sneaky Pete now.
See, Sneaky Pete was
Yeah.
good, but he's too short though. Like I
Yeah.
want to see the
Now,
tall
Gambit's gotta be
Gambit.
tall and lanky.
Exactly. I want tall Gambit. I want Jim Lee, cigarette, scrubby.
Mhm.
But I want him older. The problem they did, it's not that I didn't like the guy from X-Men Origins.
We're still talking about
I
Gambit,
did.
right?
Obviously, the guy there is a Gambit MCU guy who's X-Men Origins. I mean, look, Gambit needs to have this kind of beard. Exactly. Wait a minute. This kind of length,
6'4".
these eyebrows.
It's gotta be 6'4".
Whoa.
Dude.
Wait a second. Wait a minute.
I just
What are you,
googled
are,
Johnny
you,
Vegas.
are you guys seeing this right now?
I-
Because I'm
I
seeing
think,
this.
I mean, I think
I
you
don't
could
know.
take the voice coaching from Justin
I'm not sure.
for
I'm
the
not
accent.
sure.
Hey,
the hair
try
matches
to
the
woo Rogue for me for a second. You got 30 seconds. Go.
You gonna start this shit with me, Gingy? Is that how you're gonna go? You're gonna attack the hair? Is that what this is? Hello, Cher. I don't know. I think I can do it. I think I can get there with Justin's help. I think he can coach me into the no, but I think, yeah, like the problem with X-Men Origins, like that Gambit was just so he just looked so pretty boy. He looked too young, you know what I mean? But he did a great job. I'm not gonna, crap on that performance. But like I like to see an older, that's what I want to see, right? I don't want to see the X-Men come in as youngins. I want to see them established. I want to see them there. I want to see them with their own stories because X-Men, people don't realize this, but in my opinion,
You wanna
the
see
X-Men
convalescent
characters,
homes?
X-Men characters come from like hardship. I don't think people realize that, but a lot of X-Men characters have it. I mean, they're dealing with racism.
Yeah.
Really, that's what the whole book was
Yeah,
originally
it totally
wrote
is.
for, to comment on that. So
Outcast.
X-Men,
Yeah.
Outcast,
Victor has a good
they're
one.
dirty.
Edward Norton. He's saying that wouldn't be bad.
I love
I can see Edward Norton that.
as an actor. Yeah, he does a great
He's
job.
he's a great actor, man. He can kill it.
Mhm.
Or the guy who is in Moon, who is also the villain in Iron Man 2, the guy who controlled the robot army. Oh my god, I've seen his face. He's a professional dancer as well. He was in All Hail the King in that short. Hammer, Justin Hammer, the Hammer guy, the
Oh.
Iron Man villain. What's
Oh
his name?
yeah. I know who you're talking about now. He controlled that organization.
Yes, he's a good looking actor. He's someone who could do Gambit kind of well. He has that like that chin, that longer face.
Yeah.
By the way, how was Shang-Chi? Because I haven't watched it yet. I'm hoping to watch it in the week. But you guys
You're
Oh,
all
gonna
watched
like
it?
I've seen
Yeah,
it.
so yeah, I don't know how we comment and not give spoilers
Yeah,
other than to
don't
say
give
that
anything
it was enjoyable. My daughter, who's 14, who's watched every Marvel movie, all the What Ifs, all the Disney Plus series, and the 90s Spider-Man animated series, will tell you that it's her second favorite Marvel movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I know, Norrin, you said something similar, which I was like, wow, okay.
It's up there. It's up there for me because there's just, there's little things here and there I would have fixed. Just a little bit, like the side story with the Ben's, what's his name, Justin?
Ben
Spidey.
Kingsley? No.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Yeah. The that whole side story, anyway, that comes up. But that's not a spoiler. That's kind of in the Hail to the King Disney Plus thing. So that's not too much of a spoiler. There's that little section there that's a little, wonky for me, but everything else was so on point. The way they finished that movie up, when you watch it, what it does so well is it takes something that you're kind of questioning throughout the film and you don't realize you start questioning until the very end, and then they hit you with the solution. Like, that was clever to me. I can't get into specifics, but after you see it, Gingy, maybe that would click.
What's the time frame, by the way, after it's been released, that we can talk about it openly? And if you haven't seen it, it's a you problem.
I'm just waiting for Gingy to watch it. That's like my
Gingy,
I'm not waiting for
you
anybody
are-
else.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, that's right. You have.
Gingy said he was gonna. Gingy and I were gonna watch it together. Is what he mentioned to me.
Are we?
Well, that's good.
Okay.
I think that's nice. There you go, Gingy.
Can't wait.
Get on that plane.
No, he was just gonna. We were just gonna do a StreamYard, and he was gonna use a projector. I mean, we had the whole thing figured out.
Oh, damn! I should have waited for you guys. This is horse.
I just missed the invite. Weird.
I just missed it. Weird.
Okay, so
94
Professor Norrin's review was an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
You son of a.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but he's like reviewing it as a professional. And
I
I'm
am
like,
so sorry. I should
It's
not.
like,
No, it was
dang,
fun. It was an enjoyable movie.
Probably my favorite part. Yeah.
Love it.
I cannot talk about movies.
So by the way, I uploaded right before our podcast. I uploaded my movie ticket for 20,000 Marvel Insider points.
Whoa! Really?
Yes, sir.
Damn! Oh, you got those from the Sentinels.
No, I uploaded my Shang-Chi movie ticket for
The actual
20,000 points.
Oh,
Can we talk about this? Because so you
Should've done that.
do stuff and you get points, right?
Yes.
What do those points mean? Prizes?
You can buy stuff with it that they offer up, but it also gives you access to stuff that might be released that you can't get otherwise,
Cards or
including Marvel
figures?
trading cards. And then this is the assist to Nord.
Yes. So the assistant North. Yeah, there is a like they started basically, they put a EPAC exclusive card, meaning it's just a digital card, on Marvel Insider, which got me looking at it. And you can redeem points that way when you buy Marvel Legend figures, which Justin knows about, and other things you get on Marvel Insider. I very much like it. It's nothing like crazy, you know what I mean? But it's something to keep a look at, especially since they started to do stuff with Marvel EPAC, which I think is something they're going to be doing more often from what I'm hearing. I kind of got into it and redeemed a bunch of things that you can redeem for free. So you can just redeem a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? So like Insider Home, so there you go.
That's cool.
Bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the way in which you interact with Marvel, if you're paying attention, you can get insider. I mean, like buying packs of bubblegum to that level. If it's like got Marvel on the packaging.
That's very smart of them.
Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of Marvel Legends, not that this is the space for it, but they just announced that they're coming out with their black suit Marvel Legends Spider-Man action figure. with the absolute best articulation, and I think they're going
Whoa.
to announce it tomorrow. I'm super excited.
Expect
That's
9
crazy.
videos from Justin tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
be sure to watch out.
it's,
I'm so mad at Justin. He got me so hooked on that. I didn't do the.
this
It is interesting.
Spider-Man.
Oh my
figure
god,
here,
that's cool.
and you see how it's on the 90s logo.
Yeah,
Are they
that's
gonna do
super
the
awesome.
Surfer for Fantastic Four or what, man? That looks so cool.
Yeah, it'll be on this body, but anyways, yeah, it's super cool.
I love those. I actually bought the Silver Surfer retro one that GameStop did, the exclusive.
Yeah, I was looking at the statue you have behind you.
What happened? Is that to me?
No, yeah, I was saying I was looking into that, into the surfer statue.
Oh, the sideshow. I love it, man. I think, dude, it's so worth
Sideshow
it.
does quality stuff, man.
They do,
It's
but
so
you,
nice.
can't, you can't articulate it.
No,
Hot
yeah.
Toys, you could. Hot Toys.
Yeah, Hot Toys
Hot
is
Toys
another
are
level,
nice.
but I'm not allowed to collect comic books, cards, and Hot Toys. That's it.
I got it. It's simple, man. I mean, yeah.
Shang-Chi.
dude.
I love that.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Can I
Yeah,
show you
that's
something that I've got that's cool?
Yeah.
And it's nothing
Please.
to do with that because I am British.
Oh, that's news.
Is that what you wanted to show us?
Yeah, what are we looking at?
And you got your
You're
camera.
You're
pointed
not the
at
only
your-
one that has one,
at
buddy.
your shorts.
Okay.
Did you-
Yeah, we have a
Right.
keyboard too.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
pretty proud of this
Yeah,
because, and this has nothing to do with what you've just talked about, but this is a full hammer, right?
What?
Yeah.
That I got for my son, but it's a Nerf gun at the same time.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
that's
that's
sweet.
tight.
You pull it out, boom,
Oh,
it's gone.
I love it.
Put the bullet back in,
Are you kidding me?
wash, and that is on my mantelpiece because that is amazing.
That is awesome, dude.
Damn,
I
I'm
like
actually super jealous. I didn't even know that
It's
existed.
sick.
Your
it. I love
son's
it.
private.
The idea is that you fire it by bringing the hammer down. That is
Exactly. Like my little boy smashes it. I mean, I smash it more than him, but
awesome.
he
Yeah, is your little boy jealous that you took his toy?
Gingy's like, I paid for it. Eventually, you can
Yeah.
have your
It's
own.
not
What is wrong with you? Thank you for the recommendation, though. I'm gonna
No,
let
you're
it
welcome. I thought I would bring something to the conversation.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I meant you were saying thank you to recommendation to your son when he was like, "Hey, Dad, can I get this?" You're like, "Yeah, sure. Thanks. I really love it."
Yeah.
See what you did, Spidey. Look at Doom card. I need
It's
it
bad,
right
man.
now.
It is addictive.
It's bad.
You do.
It's bad.
You really do.
You
And
do.
then a custom cape to go on it.
I'm just gonna hold this in my hand.
Walmart exclusive signed. What was that? The Walmart exclusive with signed card. I'm trying to pull it back.
So, hey, so I don't know if you guys have seen Todd McFarlane. Now, this is not Marvel's Batman, but he just released the McFarlane Batman, where it's where Batman is his cape is like flowing. It looks a lot like Spawn's cape, and he released it, and 100 of them, I think it was. I may be wrong with the number. He included a signed trading card in the set. And then he's and then he's doing a box set that's got 5. And he just in the release he said, he puts trading cards in all of his McFarlane figures. If you didn't know, but he just said, and I may sign a few of these and secretly put them in there. So watch out, pay attention for McFarlane on card autos from these action figure sets.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Those are going to be so good to have. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Right, fellas, shall we wrap this up? It's been an
Yes.
hour and a half.
It
Yeah,
has been.
Yeah.
it's been good. I've really
I
enjoyed
loved
it.
it.
Love
Same.
it too. Thank you for
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
joining us on a live
Yeah,
Sunday.
thanks for all the
chat.
questions and all the topics. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you all for being here.
yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
it a lot. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and peace out.
Peace.
Hey,
I've forgotten what my outro is.
Well,
No,
look,
let,
hey, seriously.
let Justin do the outro. Go ahead.
That's just, he's
yeah,
got
look,
Yeah,
hey
sure.
guys, if you would remember to, if you haven't hit that like button, smash it like Hulk, or no, smash it like Gingy smashes Mjolnir to shoot a Nerf gun. If you would share our post, share our pages, and let's really grow this community together. It's not us 4 guys; it's all of us together. I
Exactly.
really do appreciate it. And
Yeah.
as you go on for the rest of your week, Hope you have a marvelous day.
There you go.
Peace. See you guys.
Bye.